Hello, West Creek Stampers. This is Sunday, July 11th, and I'm getting on here today to show you the cards that we made in card class this past week. I want to thank everybody who came out and purchased to-go kits. I want to show you how to finish your to-go kits. Today, Diane Weiser was lucky. She won the door prize, so she can pick from the prize basket the next time she comes. So I'm just gonna hop on here and get started. This is the first card I'm gonna show you today. This was made with the In Bloom stamp set and framelits. Mary Knoll, it's actually her set. I don't own it. And she designed the card that we made for this one. This is a special fold. We did not, most of us didn't stamp anything on the inside. I kind of prefer to wait and see who I'm giving it to and then save that part for later. Depending, I like to personalize my cards. So your kit will have an envelope and the card base is scored for you. And you're simply going to do a zigzag fold. And this is how it's going to look when you have your card ready. I'm just going to try to raise this up a little bit so you can see better. So you have a piece of printed cardstock in your packet. They are all a little different. The base on this is real red. And I'm just going to show you real quick here how we put this together. Some of this cardstock that we used is from a Christmas pack that is coming back. And some of it is from other, like In Color or Shades of Color pack 6x6 and others. Any place I could find real red. So that's the inside. I'm going to set that aside. On the front, we stamped "Happy Birthday, You Really Are the Best" in real red ink. And that actually is pretty easy to line up. And we're going to stamp it right at the bottom on your white section. Okay, we're done with that and that. So you'll layer these two pieces together. And then you can put this together on your card right now. Remember when you go to put this together that you only want adhesive on this side. And so you can center that. However, there is no exact science here as far as putting that together. Now, Mary did cut all these pieces out, so I'm sure she's got a really strong arm. And so you're not going to have exact like the one in the picture as far as the leaves. Some of you will have a variety of leaves. And I like to just put those on here, some of them. I'm going to take this one, and these dies, these flower dies, do have some stitching on them. We have red and white, again that's real red, and and put that one there. I like to use Tombow glue for this particular part because you really don't need a whole lot of glue on there. And then we have the basic rhinestone jewels And my piece here looks pretty ragged. I like to use up the leftover pieces from a pack when I'm making cards. I didn't get that real centered, but I'm okay with it. Okay, so I'm going to slide that one right under there. And this, I think I need a little bit more glue on there. You can pop some of your pieces if you'd like. I may not pop anything on this one. Okay, so this is the next flower. And maybe I lied. I think I will put a dimensional on the back of this one simply because part of it is going to be raised up anyhow by being on top of those other two flowers. So in that case, sometimes it's appropriate to use a dimensional. We don't want to make our cards too high because it does cost extra postage. And I'm just going to slide this under here. Okay, so I'm going to put a couple more gems on there, one here. And this is an old pack of gems. Remember when they were chained together and one part of the pack, and I kind of snipped that between to make that a little more usable because I don't always use the chain. And then we'll put one here. And I actually should be using my tool. Oops. Okay. Here we go. This just is not cooperating here today. All right. And I think I lost the glue on that one. Okay, we're going to grab another one. And hopefully it's going to work a little better. Okay, there we go. And that card is all finished. Okay, this is the second card I'm going to show you right here. This is using In the Tropics stamp set, and the framelits are, the stamp set is called Timeless Tropics, and the framelits are called In the Tropics. So I used this stamp apparatus to stamp these words right here. And I'm going to show you, this is the stamp set, and then In the Tropics. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is stamp the words on here. And you know how sometimes it's really hard to get things as straight as you want your words. Well, with the stamp apparatus, the piece of paper that you cut your window out of, and this is the Stitch So Sweetly framelits or dies. This is the piece of paper that I cut that out of. And so to line it up for a greeting, I lay that right in that window. And usually that stays right there. If you're having issues with it moving, this is removable tape. I'll put a piece of removable tape right on the back of there to hold it in place, because I have my magnet down here. Okay, we're using Melon Mambo ink on here, and may your birthday be memorable. get stamped right there, and I'm happy with that. Okay, I'm going to set the Stamparatus aside, and we're going to get started on the construction. I did stamp and die cut the flower and leaves on this one ahead of time, just so you didn't have to wait around for that. The leaves are stamped on Granny Apple Green. They're stamped with Granny Apple Green ink on Granny Apple Green cardstock. And this flower is stamped with Melon Mambo on Petal Pink cardstock. So let's get this card constructed. I'm going to lay the envelope to the side, and we're going to fold our base. And this is a regular folded card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And our inside, I'm going to leave blank. Because I'm not so sure who I'm going to give this to, or what I might want to put on the inside. Now there is a very pretty smaller flower on here that would be nice inside, and then some of the folks who made it stamped this Rest and Relax, You Deserve It on the inside. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is make our background here. We took the big flower and stamped Melon Mambo around at random spots. And that can be wherever you want. Remember, the center you're not going to see because it's going to be covered up. And I think I'll put one more right here. And we're done with that. I really like stamping color on color, the same color on. Okay. We are going to, I did not pop this, you could. And our removable tape is still on there, and that's okay. That's not going to cause a problem. So we're going to center this. And we're going to put a little more color on our flower. The stamen on here, I colored yellow. And my pen here needs a new tip, but it can do the job yet. And then I also took the dark petal pink blend and colored this whole flower. And nothing special about my coloring, but I'm going to finish that later because I can the way it is. Now I'm looking for my dimensionals. I covered them up with something else. I'm going to pop up my flower, and you can see where those blends do go through the cardstock. That's one thing to remember when you're using blends. That's not going to affect what's underneath on mine because it's popped up, and I'm going to be careful not to push on it. Okay, so then I can take my leaves and put them on after. And you can have them lined up however you would like, wherever you would like. I kind of did one by itself, and then one off like this. So if you don't have this color of blends, you could use something else pink, or you could use another shade of something, or make it a little darker, or leave it like it is. That's up to you. You could even use Wink of Stella on there to give it a little shine. Okay, that is card number 2. Our last card is the Puffins. I was not sold on the Puffins when the catalog first came out, but now I am. I like them. I think they are so cute. I think they're nice for adults or for children. And I'm going to show you how I got that stamped nice and straight and got my Puffins nice and dark. I used the Stamparatus, and I stamped it with the Stamparatus for the front and for the inside. If you haven't lined up anything with the Stamparatus, you're going to find it's very easy to do. Usually I am able to do it on the first try. If you just lay your cardstock on here, and I'm not going to take mine off to show you how I did it. Your smallest white one is for the front, and I believe this is it. And I have those lines on there. Mine looks kind of messy, but it works. And when you're getting ready to line up, just put your stamps down on the paper where you want them, and then fold your lid down. It picks them up, and you are usually right on target. I am anyhow. So I used Fresh Freesia ink on the words, and I used Memento Black on the cake and the puffin. Now, to get that puffin nice and black, I found that if I put my Memento on there and twist it a bit, that gives me a nice dark image. And I'll show you in a bit some other cards that do not have such a nice dark image. They still look nice, but I like it dark. This one is not as dark as I want it, so I'm going to give it another little twist right there. And there we go. That's how I like it, nice and dark. Okay, so that's our front. I'm going to take this plate off. You pull straight up and straight down to change plates. And I have things spread all around me on the table, and looking for them sometimes is a challenge, or finding them rather. Okay, so I'm going to pull this in here where you can see it a little better, because I want you to know these plates, you put them in straight up and down, not at an angle to go in, straight up and down, in and out, both directions. Okay, so this is our inside. It's a little bit larger. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to blacken. I know you can't see where I'm doing that, but you saw me doing that little twist on the front of the card. And here we go. And I'm happy with that one. I think it looks real good. All right. So then I'm going to set that to the side. And we have an envelope. We have a piece of Fresh Freesia cardstock that I'm going to fold. In half. And when you're using your bone folder, this angled edge gives you a sharper crease right there if you use the angle. Okay, so Again, I'm not going to bore you with watching me color, but I will tell you a little bit of the colors that I used. I got a little bit of extra ink there, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. I used the dark pumpkin pie for the feet and the end of the beak, and then I used the lighter pumpkin pie for this other little section. For underneath each animal and the cake plate, I just used, this is ivory, or you could use light crumb cake there, just to do like a, I'll show you on here. Like I said, I'm not going to bore you with watching the whole thing, but I just did a little puddle under there just so that makes it look like they're standing on something. Okay, so on the front, then we layer with basic black. And then with our stamped image on white. Again, I colored those in. You can make those any color that you like. I don't have the Freesia marker, but I used light purple posy on there. That is no longer in, but if you have another purple, or if you got the in color markers, you could use that. And then on the hat also, I did some coloring. I put Wink Stella on the icing on the cake. So you can decorate yours how you want. This one has 5 gems on for the most part. Everybody got 3 gems, and I used the 2123 in color jewels. Of course, the ones that match this paper are all used up, but any color looks nice on here. And 3 or 5. Usually the rule of thumb is to use an odd number when you're doing that. So I'll color that in later. I'm not gonna bore you with watching me color, but that is the Party Puffins stamp set. There are no framelits to it. It's just the stamp set, but I do love it. I'm going to show you some samples from the Party Puffins, some other ones that I made. And you'll see the difference in the blacking. Let me put the lid on this ink. Okay, so these are some of the first ones I made at a meeting with Jody. And of course, she can't have stamparatuses on every table, but that is just how it looks if you're just stamping it. Not quite as dark. It's still pretty. It's still cute. I like it more dark. There's another one. There is one of these in each of the new ink colors. That's soft succulent. There we are. And this one. Now this is one that I made up. And I cut these little guys out and cut out the cake. This is one of the stitched rectangles. And this background is Calypso Coral. I don't remember the name of the paper that I used here. But it's current paper. And this is another one that I made. This is not current paper, but I popped him up a little bit. So, in fact, he might be on one of those wobbles. Yes, he is. He's on one of those wobbles. I made that a meeting with Jody. So I'm going to show you some cards that Mary made with In Bloom. Give you some other ideas for that set. They're also pretty. The yellow and black, that's something different. I don't use much yellow. There is You Are Amazing. The blue and green is pretty. They all are pretty, but some of them just stand out a little more to me. And this one she used an embossing folder on the background. And then here's another one. Now I do have some other samples of In the Tropics. This one I made some time ago. The dies for that do have a die for this pineapple and the top. And this I made a special fold. This is another one with that pineapple. This paper right here is retired. This is the small flower in that set. Here is another one. I have some burlap on that one. And then here's another one, and this is those new dies. Diorama, I think they are, is what I want to say. And then I stamped the palm trees back here. These are little pineapples that are in that set. Okay, so a couple things that I want to remind you about is the Designer Series paper sale is going on all month. That is good till August 2nd, and these are the papers that are on sale for 15% off. If you have any questions or not sure, I know it's hard to see this. I do have it posted, and it is on my online store site that you can look at them, but these papers are 15% off until August 2nd is the last day. Move-a Stamper event Home for the Holidays is coming up in September, and that will actually be here before we know it. This is the stamp set out of the new catalog that we are using. In that, as far as the words go, there will be a variety of stamps, other stamp sets that will be used. But this is the one that you will get as part of your kit, $45. And if you pay by, I believe it's August the 16th, you will get 8 make and takes. If you pay after that, the deadline is August 19th, so if you pay 3 days after that, you will get 7 cards. There are door prizes. This is a virtual event again. It's on Saturday, September 18th at 10 o'clock. It will be done on Facebook Lives, but the videos will be saved so that you can watch them later if you need to. You also get a PDF tutorial, lots of prize patrols, and this time, as far as the raffle, the prize is going to be a $50 shopping spree. You get an entry for every $30 purchase. As before, you will get a $5 coupon in with your kit as well. Okay, next card class is August 17th and 19th. There is a new paper pumpkin out. And it looks very pretty. I do have a picture of it on Facebook group, West Creek Stampers. But the deadline to sign up for that is August 10th. Our new catalog is here. I did receive them. And I can show you the front. But I cannot show you what's inside. This is the new mini catalog. It says July to December, but it's actually August to December. August 3rd to December 31st. The celebration catalog that will go right alongside of it is August 3rd to September 30th. Okay, those dates, July. I have a new host code right here. So I think that's all that I wanted to tell you about. I will be offering a paper share with this catalog. I do have the papers ordered. As soon as I get them, I will be able to open them and show you what is included this time. Now, I have some leftover paper share packs that are retired. This one is playing with patterns, and I will give that away to a lucky winner. And so if you like and comment on this video, you will have a chance to win this paper share pack. I believe there's 10 or 12 sheets of 6x6 in here. So I'm going to share those because I have lots and lots of paper, and I don't foresee using that in the near future. Have a good week, stay safe, and thank you for watching.